Welcome to This Is Our Lives, Unscripted, Episode 1. I'm Quentin Went, and this is my daughter,
I'm Olivia.
Olivia Went.
Yeah.
She did take my last name. She didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer that we get one run in life, and since we were a little young family, always had a belief that we needed to make memories. And I think we've done a really good job of actually talking through that. Cannot get comfortable, cannot find a position to get comfortable.
Before we started this recording, he changed spots 17 times and he asked me to change and I was already so comfortable. I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but this is a dry run and a first run. We're going to look back and laugh at this.
This is also on a school night at, it's actually 8:15.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No script. This is us just chopping it up.
Just chatting.
And let's jump in. How was your day?
It was good. I mean, there was a lot of things that are very chaotic.
You're dealing with some girl drama.
Yes. Okay.
Do we want to get into that to start off with? Really? Episode 1, girl drama?
Okay. I mean, here's my opinion on it. Okay.
No names to protect the innocent.
No, I'm not gonna make it.
I'm falling out of the screen.
I'm not trying to let it be a big deal. I think you only live once, and I think sometimes you make mistakes you don't know, and somebody can take something very hurtful that you don't think is hurtful, and that's just kind of what happens. So my personal opinion on it is just I'm not gonna let it affect me as much as they try to make it affect me.
Okay, that's fair. It's a mature way to look at it.
Yeah, I think the more that you make it a big deal, the bigger the deal is gonna be.
Always.
So I've had girl drama before. It happens. So I think my way of going around it is that if your friends can act like that, they're not the people you want to surround yourself with.
Right. And I think in times of stress, a lot of things get really clear and defined.
I know. And I also know this season is also very stressful. I just had talk about it with one of the older women at our barn. She's not even older. She's just she's like a sister. She's an older sister to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of me and my friends are just talking. It's a really stressful time of the year because let me just say this. I ride horses. I show all that stuff. So I have a bunch of my barn friends. So right now it's just a big season for shows. So my barn is up in Washington, Kentucky, all of these places, and it's just super stressful because it's a lot of qualifying, a lot of you show the whole year to get up to that point. So people kind of reach their wits end. So people are everyone was just tweaking out at the barn yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were I don't know what was going on. I was just kind of all right then. So
any surprise in that?
No, definitely not. Everybody always gets that around the season. So you kind of have to have that in your head okay, you could have just not done something and someone could just be at their end point and just be oh, the tables turned. I'm done. And that's something that takes a while to understand. And I think that's taken me a lot of drama, a lot of those situations where it's kind of I can't change how someone feels. I can't go into her head and be oh, well, I'm mad because blah, blah, blah. I don't it's not worth it. And I think the more that you put it to think about it, the more it becomes an issue. So these girls at my barn were just it was just a thing. It was just everyone was super stressed out. So one of my older sisters, she not older sisters, but technically older sisters, she texted us and was talking to us and saying, for you guys, we know it's super stressful. If you need anything, reach out.
Yeah, I think that's super dope.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one of the greatest gifts, blessings is the word I'll use, is that you have been surrounded, not unintentionally, but surrounded by a lot of really strong women. Good Lord, our family has strong women.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Between mom
and Joy,
my sister, and your Aunt Joy, Grandma, Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
Oh my gosh, we love her for it though.
But she's a dog, you know what I mean? She runs. Yeah. So our family is matriarchal, to say the least. But without her, stuff falls apart, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So,
Like she runs everything.
but you have much respect, Green Bee, but you have, in your life, you've seen all of these really, really like
Yeah,
super powerful, super
strong woman.
strong women,
Yeah.
right?
No, 100%.
Do you model that? Do you?
Yeah, no, I think I've seen a lot of different types of people. And I think from like just being in the sport my whole life and like growing up with it, I've seen like a lot of different people and gone through a lot of different like stages of people and like stages of riding and stages of all of these things.
Yeah.
And I think that's all like kind of very much impacted me and how I want to be like in the world, you know? So I think like I've seen a lot of people with drama and I've seen a lot of like teenagers when I was younger that were going through the same things as me and how they handled it. And now I'm seeing the woman that also did the sport when they were younger and then grew up and came back to it after.
They left.
They left
Why
and
did
they
they
came
leave?
back.
So I know-
Stress.
because of the
Stress.
riding, of the performance, of the
I
I
don't
need to
actually
deliver.
know
Like,
the whole story, but I do understand all the parts. Like, right, like this year is a big year for a lot of people, and especially in high school. Like,
this is the college year,
mhm.
right? Okay.
So this is the year that all of the colleges are reaching out for the D1 riders and like all of those things. So people are trying to get signed. They're like hiring recruiters and are like, I want to ride for this team. Like, how can I do this? And that's a very stressful time.
I bet.
And that's really scary because so the thing with horses is they kind of work their way down, like what they do with every sport. But the kids that are going to these really big shows, it's putting a lot of stress on them because all of the girls that are going from my barn, almost all of them, are juniors or seniors trying to get signed
to go
So-
to a D1 college
Mhm.
program. Got it.
and like ride for a team. So that's a lot of pressure on them, like as one.
Mhm.
But the thing is also, let me think. They're all the recruiters are at these shows. Like
Yeah.
these are the shows that they'll like the recruiters, they'll watch you, like you could like send them emails and videos, but they are scouting at that show. Like you can be like completely irrelevant, go in, do amazing, and then miraculously you're signed on a D1 team.
Yeah.
It's not common, but that happens. But mainly they're looking at the big riders that are showing at Wellington, WEC. They're doing like all of these big
For those
shows.
that don't know, this is the sport of equestrian.
Yes.
It's a little highbrow. It's a little bougie, but like
Yeah.
it's fun and it's hectic.
It's a lot of emotions.
It's a lot. Let's just say it's a lot.
It's just
right?
like a lot. Like it's something that you kind of have to experience to understand. And I think the best part about it is everyone has a different story. Like no one goes through the same path of like horses and the
Yeah.
same path of people.
Yeah.
So like I'm growing up around all these people and they have like so many different stories that I'm learning. Like people that brought in horses from like the pasture and made them into this really nice horse, or getting a really nice horse when they're younger and bringing them up, like all of these things. And it kind of gives you like a lot of different perspectives.
Yeah.
And I think that's also really helpful because
Got
you're
it.
also going through like not only that, but you go through grief and you go through like stress and you go through a lot of mental stuff because the like horse world is so mental. Like not like that.
It's
Like,
true though. It's the only
the whole
sport
sport is so like
where
mental.
your equipment has a brain.
Yeah, and sometimes they get mad.
Right. Like there'll be days where you guys are dancing and there'll be other days where you are stepping on each other's feet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's a lot of those days sometimes.
yeah, so it's crazy, but
Yeah, and it's weird because you also have different like patches that you go through. Like so my horse is like I love my horse. But we go through a lot of like we bicker. We go back and forth. So like we'll have like some really great days for like a month and then the next like 2 weeks is just like
yeah.
at each other's throats because we're both very
What's your horse's name?
True.
True.
Yes.
True
We all
love.
call him Truest and he's perfect.
Right.
Actually, yeah, most of the time. But he's perfect for me. Like I've had him for how long have I had him? A year and a half now?
Yeah.
Almost. That's crazy. Yeah, but he's definitely taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Like I've gone through a lot of horses and I think he's definitely taught me about the most. Just in like if I'm not level-headed, he's not gonna be like he is, like, he'll take care of me, but he's not gonna be, like, just dead brain, like, packing me around. He's like, "You gotta do your part and I'll do mine," and that's kinda what makes it teamwork. And there's a lot of horses that kind of can just go around and, like, not care how you're feeling, and I think that's great. But I also, like, really do think that, like, having that part where it's like you have to do your part, like, be part of a team to, like, get the results you want is so rewarding.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I, like, actually do my part and I'm there for him and I'm supporting him and on, he's on,
It's
and it's,
fun.
like, so fun, and it's just, like, that's the most rewarding part of it. And, what was I doing? I was watching this reel on Instagram the other day that one of the big horse shows posted, and it was, like, this really big trainer, and he was talking, and he's like, "Half of the time, like, more than half of the time, you're failing and you're making mistakes." And he was like, "Don't focus on the mistakes that you're making because to, like, go for that 0.25 seconds of, like, reward. Like, go back on your mistakes, learn from them, teach yourself a lesson, go back, and you get rewarded, and you're happy for, like, 25 seconds or, like, however long that lasts, but the most of the time, you're having fun when you're making mistakes because you're learning from them, and it's, like, ending up with so many more, like, things."
Okay, let's talk about this because this
Oh
is
gosh.
real. This is real. Like,
Did I do
that's
something
one of
wrong?
the reasons why that I was really interested in doing this because we talk a lot, but we don't talk.
Yeah,
And
I
so
talk a lot too.
quick history. We have a family. The nuclear family is the four of us.
Yes.
Mom is Melissa.
Brothers, Dylan,
Brother is Dylan. He's a freshman this year at Arizona State University.
and we're visiting him in 2 days.
Yeah. So we're going out there this weekend for a family weekend.
Yes,
Excited.
I'm really excited.
But so this is the first year Olivia's been home as a single child,
Yeah, that is really
which has been a
interesting.
strange transition.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
Is it good?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I don't know either
I
because there was a
think
period of mourning.
yeah, like, the first, like, 2 weeks, I was just, like, so sad.
Were
Because,
you really?
yeah, I was so sad.
Yeah, I don't like. I was so pretending that I was so happy for him.
You, like, were not, though. He every time I'd bring him up, he's like, "I'm so happy for him," and he'd, like, look at me, like, beady-ass eyes, like, I'm just like, "He's having the best time, guys," and he'd, like, call up his friends and be like, he's doing great," and his, like, voice is, like, shaking, and he's, like, sitting outside like, "I miss my best
I
friend."
miss my little homie. I miss my homie. Okay,
So bad. It was
so
so fake too.
we are a really close family in so many different ways, but like the fun part about this is like this is real life, right? We're talking about
Yeah.
the dynamics of our four have changed to a three. We have as many dogs now in the house as we have humans.
No. Oh yeah, we
We
do.
have 3 dogs. We have
Yeah.
our favorite, and like it's unabashedly my favorite. We have a golden doodle named Philly.
Wait, who is your favorite?
Philly
Okay, you just said my favorite, then you go, "We have a golden doodle."
named Philly, who's
Okay.
my favorite,
And
and
he
I
also
think
has
all of our
cancer.
favorites.
He does have cancer. It's
And he's
kinda
got
sad.
like cancer in the tail of
It's
all
it's
the
like
places.
the worst.
He's got this big ass lump on his tail, and it's just a hot mess. But greatest dog
That
ever.
dog is such a hot mess,
He's
but I
so
love
awesome.
him.
And then
Like,
we
he's
have
perfect.
a Shih Tzu, which
I
is
love him. He's like my
it's
child.
hers, and he's like short bus special.
No, he's not.
God, he's
literally perfect. He looks like a little Ewok.
he does look like an Ewok. So like if
Mhm.
the two of them, if like maybe we'll get him on here one day, but like
Yeah.
if they had Halloween costumes, it like Dunkin', like Dunkin' Donuts. This is my daughter.
I got to
Olivia, name the dog. Dunkin'. All right, that's cool. No, like donuts. I was like Dunkin. She's like, yeah. I was like, "Ugh." And then
It
and
fits him
then
so well.
it does fit him
Like,
so
you
well.
really, like, you can't see him with another name. He's like
black on black on black
with a little white spot.
with a tiny little white spot and like always with an ear infection, and he smells. He's a smelly
Stop talking
little
about him.
animal.
He does not smell
Least
as
favorite
bad
dog.
anymore.
Least favorite.
He
dog.
does get baths, I promise.
And
He
then
just is prone to infections.
right. And then we have the latest addition.
And we actually didn't want to get her, but my brother
What?
did. I didn't
Really?
want to get her. No.
That's a Dylan buy? I know mom wanted it.
Okay,
So we
so
have a
my mom
little
wanted it,
lilac
but do you
French
not
bulldog
named Oakley?
named Oakley.
Okay.
Not like Oakley the sunglasses.
No, it isn't it spelled the same?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
OAKLI.
L-I.
Yeah. It's just a hot mess.
But so here's the story I learned with her was
Which one? The dog?
with Oakley.
Yeah.
This is okay, well, Duncan, we got without telling you.
No one told me anything. They just showed up with a French
Okay,
bulldog.
So me, my brother, my mom were like
My brother and I.
shut the fuck up. So me,
Go ahead.
my mother, and my brother.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the time that they stole a dog. We'll get to that story one
I
time.
did do that too.
Sweet Jesus.
Rest in peace, Squishy. Is he still
Squishy?
alive?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Well, we miss Squishy. We have I have him on my calendar as like the day we left
Okay,
him.
this podcast is gonna go all over the place. Okay.
Okay, wait. So Duncan, nobody told him we were gonna buy this dog.
Him being me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him
Okay.
being you. So me, my brother, and my mom jump in the car and we're driving. And this is like all I remember. I was quite young.
Yeah.
I was like 7, 8. I was in 4th grade because I remember I was in what's your
Are we
favorite
talking
class?
about Oakley, Duncan,
This is
or
Duncan.
Squishy?
This is Duncan.
Duncan.
Yes,
Okay.
Squishy
Yeah.
was at the ice rink.
Yeah.
Okay,
We stole him.
So we didn't steal him. He didn't have a chip or a collar. But he pooped him.
But he barfed dog food. Okay.
Okay, well, continuing. So
Are you
we
telling the Duncan story?
yes,
Sorry.
we jump in the car, right? And we're driving, and all I remember from this is me, my mom, and my brother are like in this woman's house, right? And we're looking at these dogs, and we saw them, and I'm like, I want the calmest one, right? Because I'm not trying to like have to go like take this little Shih Tzu on runs. Like he's not going to be a very good protect dog.
Shih Tzus are not outdoor running.
No,
Oh, this is my life right here.
no, like
The sport Shih Tzu. I would like the sport edition.
Sport Plus mode. Okay, so continuing. So we're sitting in this woman's it's like a little side room in her house.
Yeah.
It has all of these Shih Tzus. It has the mom. It doesn't have the dad. The dad's like locked away, you know? And it's like this whole little litter of Shih Tzus. And like a few of them got sold, but there's like 3 left. One of them was sleeping. One of them pissed on the floor. And one of them started barking and spinning in circles. And I got the 2 confused. So I was confused by the one that was sleeping and the one peeing on the floor. And
You picked up the pisser? Damn,
well,
that about sums it up.
that's okay.
Jesus.
So I picked that dog and I was like, he's so cute, I want him. So my brother was like, he's so cute. And he was sleeping, but he did pee earlier on the floor. So we took him home and they gave him like a bow. And I'm like, this is a boy. He doesn't need a bow. But we took him home. My dad had no clue. He's like sitting in the backseat of the car with me and my brother. My mom is just like, she's like, yay, we got a puppy.
She's such a closet dog lover. She's like, I love the puppies. I want the puppy.
She's like, I want them all. So she's just like, yay, puppy. My mom's like, I'm in the back with my brother. No, Dome was in the front. I'm in the back by myself.
With the dog.
With the dog, I think. I think I was with the dog. But she's like, find a name for it. And I was watching a TV show. And I was watching Total Drama Island. And in that show, they had this character, Duncan. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a cool name. I want to name my dog Duncan. So then I was talking to my brother and I was like, what about Duncan? He's like, yo, that name's so sick. He was like in 5th grade. Like he thinks everything's like cool.
So sick.
That's so dope. So he was
That's
like,
fire.
he was like, yo, that's so cool. And he's like, Duncan, like Dunkin' Donuts. And I was like, yeah. And then we just went with it. And that's how we got Duncan. And then Oakley, what I heard from that story was that Dylan wanted that dog. Because my mom like definitely was like the one organizing that. But she would like talk to the breeder, which is like one of her friends, and she was like, Dylan's so excited for his dog, like he's so like that's so cute. And like he like the first like 2 weeks it was my brother's dog. Then like the 3rd weekend it was like attached to my mom's hip. Like we went back to school, and miraculously that dog is like a magnet to my mother. So like my mom leaves and she's like, cries and she like runs to her and like it's insane. So she ended up starting to go to horse shows with us. So we bought her like all these outfits and like all this stuff.
The dog had like a Gucci sweater.
It had
I
a
was like,
it had a
"You've
Gucci sweater.
gotta be
It had a Gucci tutu dress. And
Oh yeah, because it's a girl. They decided to put it on a tutu dress,
yeah.
and
And
yeah, the sheer ridiculousness.
yeah, it was like really funny. And she had a Gucci hoodie and then a Louis Vuitton low sweater. It was like the cutest little dog.
Okay.
And now she's just old. But we got her, like we went to visit her. Me, my brother, my mom. You still weren't there when we went to go visit Oakley. So the trio was back at it, and we're back to get another dog. And we're like looking at all the puppies, and I like was in love with this little chocolate Frenchie. It was so cute. And I was like, Mom, let me take it home. Like, what is it like a buy one, get one? Like, can we get two? Yeah,
BOGO.
like BOGO, give me a Frenchie. And she was like, no, like that's I was like, oh my God, is this the puppy we're bringing home? And she was like, oh, that one's not yours. And then gave us Oakley, and Dylan was like obsessed with it. Did his
Yeah.
girlfriend come with us?
I don't think so.
I think she definitely did.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
Yeah, the girlfriend came with us too.
No names.
I'm not saying the names.
Okay.
Yeah, but the girlfriend did come with us too, and we all were there seeing the puppy, and then it was just adorable, and I love it.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right.
That's my story time.
I want to know some questions. Okay.
Okay, shoot.
When you were a kid, I don't know if you remember this. I used to ask you 3 words to describe yourself.
Okay. I have to do it again.
Try it.
Okay.
3 words right now.
Okay, let me think. I don't know.
I don't know. I've always thought to myself that you can describe yourself in 3 words,
I don't want to sound like.
that you could do it.
I think I can.
And here it comes.
Oakley.
And this is Oakley.
This is Oakley.
Okay.
This is Oakley. She's like my favorite.
What?
Not really. Definitely not. Duncan's my favorite. Oh no, not you too. No.
Here comes
Okay.
Philly and his cone of shame.
I don't think they can. Oh, they can. They can see his cone. That's him. Okay, so 3 words to describe myself.
3 words.
I would say considerate.
Okay.
What?
I'll go with it.
What? Is that bad?
No, these are your words.
Okay. I'd say I have a lot of empathy.
Considerate, empathy.
Kind.
Wow. Okay.
Is that bitchy?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Those are your 3 words.
I don't want to talk like I don't want to like sound like I'm like talking myself up. That's why I don't like that game.
No, it's just 3 descriptive words. It's not trying to be boastful.
I'm not trying to sound like that. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of like, if I could think like that's how I like think of myself.
And they'll change.
They will change. They have changed.
They have changed. That was the fun part about it. I remember
Yeah.
both our kids went to Jewish day school. And I remember
we did.
driving Dylan and Olivia to school and asking Dylan the same question. And he was like 8. You were like 6. And maybe 9. But he said something like, I'm athletic, I'm funny, and I'm Jewish. And I was like, okay, that'll get it done, But that's at that moment, that's what he was.
He was also 9.
He was also.
And I
9.
think he had blue hair at that time.
Oh God. He did have a blue highlights that ended up bleeding out.
Yeah, and he got all over his face.
And he would
Well,
jump in the
'cause
pool.
The day that he got them, he decided, I want to go swimming.
Yeah.
Jumps in the pool, and chlorine like disactivates like the color in your hair, so it starts coming down. He looked like a blueberry.
Did you say disactivates?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah. Deactivates.
I disactivated your hair.
Okay, well, here's what happened with that story. Ready?
Oh
So-
God.
When I was younger, I got there's the whole thing. I always got my hair like colored. I thought it was so fun. So I had it like pink, all of these colors. And one day I went in there and I got like rainbow hair. It was like blue, pink, and purple, and like it was like all these different colors. Do you not remember this? We called it unicorn hair.
No.
Oh,
Sounds like another dog story. I don't think I was there for that one.
you were. You took me.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at this like little Korean like hair salon.
Vietnamese.
Was it
They were Vietnamese. Yeah.
It's Vietnamese hair salon.
This is how Dylan got
Blue hair.
blue hair.
So
So Olivia was getting hair.
I was getting my hair done, and I was like, "What?"
She put blonde streaks in there and red. Yeah.
It wasn't red. It was
Blonde.
like my hair.
Yeah.
It was blonde, but I
streaks.
was getting it dyed a color.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about the unicorn hair. It was
Yep.
like, so when our hair is like naturally this dark, right? His hair is like the same color as mine. So you gotta bleach it. So to get like any color in. So I had these highlights in, and I hated that yellow color, so I'd always have a color over it. So my brother came in with me one day when I was getting my hair like done like a color, and these like hair
The
people
ladies were
were
like,
like, you would look like
K-pop.
K-pop band boy. And he was like, do the girls like that? And they were like, they go, yes, the girls love the K-pop boys. And they started like talking him up to it. And I'm like midway, like sitting with like this color on my head.
Foil? The
Like
foils?
the foils were on my head. I had my headphones over them and my iPad like on my lap. And he's like, oh, the girls will like it. Okay. So he gets his hair dyed
Oh my
blue
God.
and then jumps in the pool. And
No, and then afterwards we went to our friend's house.
yeah, we went to our friend's house
And
and
they
he
jumped in the pool.
and we jumped in the pool.
And there's a picture of this blue dye
Just dripping down his face.
off his face.
Like literally just like whole face blue. And
Oh my God.
it was like the most chaotic thing happening. But so after that, usually when like the dye comes out, like people will re-dye it because they don't like that like bleachy color.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like a weird
Super
looking,
yellowy looking.
super yellow, orange, brownie, just like doesn't look good. And he was like, everybody apparently at school was like, you have your hair dyed, you have highlights, and he thought he was like the shit
coolest
for like
thing ever.
it was like a year or two.
And then,
And then he cut
he got it. He had it through his bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his bar mitzvah pictures will forever
Haunt him.
be haunted with
They will be haunted with his highlights.
K-pop blonde highlights in his hair.
Yeah, it was bad. Dylan's gone through a lot of haircuts.
But he got swaggy. He
Okay,
got away with
He
it.
had the bowl cut, and then he had the highlights and the side part.
Yeah.
And now he has this like modern day mullet, which isn't a
full blown.
At least it's
Southern
not like
college
the like
frat boy mullet.
Yeah, but he's not. Actually, I don't know.
He's got to tighten down a little bit.
Yeah, it looks better now than it did before he left. Before he left, it was very fluffed, which I personally feel like that's very much. It's a lot more like hickey, like country. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the more modern mullet on him. I feel like it looks better.
So
He has like shaved down sides that like puffed out.
quick backstory. I'm Korean, if you haven't figured that out. My wife
I'm
is
not.
Jewish, but she looks Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And then our kids look like Hawaiian tropic kids. They look straight Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely a question I got a lot.
all
Like
the
still,
time.
I still get it. It's like, what ethnicity are you? And I just like I roll up with the Asian. Like my mom's white, my dad's Korean, and it's just like a mix.
Right.
It's like a little hybrid.
Oh my God. So Dylan tells me his senior year, before the summer, before he's going to go to college, he goes, he was going to go to what concert did he go to?
He went to Morgan Wallen.
He went to the Morgan Wallen concert with his boys, and they're all Southern, wearing jeans and cowboy boots and the cowboy hats. And he goes, "Don't tell mom, I'm a redneck." I was like, "Okay, you got it, buddy."
Yeah, he definitely used to try to be more like preppy. Like when he was golfing, he was like always in polos and like shorts. And then like
But
senior
now he's
year came
straight
out.
little baby.
Senior year came out, and he's just like
It was a senior. It's a high school.
Was it June? No, it wasn't all of high school. It was like junior year, senior year that he
That's 'cause he got
emerged.
COVIDed. So did you, but you weren't in high school when you got COVID.
No, I was in middle school. I was 6th grade, halfway through 6th grade year. It cut me out. And then I was online all of 7th grade because I didn't want to go to school.
Yes, stunk.
And I it was so bad. They made us go to like online gym class. And they were like, do 20 push-ups. I go, oh, my camera's broken. I would just leave. Or she was like, during gym, like you still had a schedule. So they'd have you in like, the way my school did it was still that private school. And it was going first period, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, right? And we had like 50-minute classes, and I'd still have to sit there and like be like participate, right? and they had us do like online gym, and like everybody would like not join it or join it for attendance and leave. So I'm like sitting there, and I'd like wait for them to be like, Olivia, what? I'd be like, yep, sorry, my camera's not working. And then I would like take a nap during that class. Like I'd set a timer and like take a nap. Or I like leave and then like wake up for my next class.
It's so strange to me when I think about your childhood.
Yeah.
Like your mom and I cultivated it, we curated it, but it was so different than what both of us grew up in.
Really?
Like,
Yeah, I knew that.
I don't know. Like, we haven't done this yet. We'll do it. Like, when Dylan and I went to the NFC Championship game in Philly, Eagles versus San Francisco when they were good. That was
When
the
they
year
were
they went to
good.
the Super Bowl.
And that was
And
before this season has
two
happened.
seasons ago, right? It was the 22-20, yeah. And so the thing that was crazy was we're walking around Center City, Philadelphia, where I grew up. Straight concrete. It is what it is. And we're walking from Rittenhouse Square to where I grew up in 17th and Rodman Street, and walking all over the city. We stayed at the Lowe's, which is like my favorite hotel in Philly because it's right across the street from the Reading Terminal. And right down the street from City Hall, all of it, right? Like, that's just how I grew up. He looked at me like, nope, 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 no desire to be in a city.
Yeah.
You
I
have any
don't.
desire to be in a city?
Okay, I think it depends. Like I really like
Oh,
I
tell
don't
people where
mind
we
Georgia.
live.
We live in Georgia.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, north suburbs.
Yeah. So like I really like where we are, but I think it's also because I have that balance of like my sport is very like not country even, just very like dirt and like roads and stuff like that. Like it's a
Right.
lot more like you're not stuck in only concrete. So I mean, I don't mind it, but I do think I don't want like straight concrete. I don't That's not very appealing to me. I think that's just also how I've grown up. Like I never really wanted to go straight city.
Would you want to live ever in like a big high-rise apartment condo building or?
No.
So it's funny because,
I don't think so.
one of my best friends, Jerry, he lived and grew up in Manhattan.
He did?
Yeah, he grew up on the I think the Upper
Oh, I
East
can
Side.
like definitely see that.
And like we talk about it a lot. Like it's a completely different way of growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you open your door, you go outside, and bada boom, there's 8 million people.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, there's 4 million people, 5 million people.
Really?
Yeah, but like you live next door to your neighbors.
Yeah. I like where we live a lot. Like we have a lot of like our own space.
Right?
Yeah.
Things are quiet, and I think that's kind of the fun part about it is when I go visit a city and I come home, it's quiet.
Yeah, there's
My
not like
backyard's quiet.
there's not a lot of what's the word? Oh crap.
Noise.
Yeah. There's not a lot of noise and there's not a lot of like distractions. Like I think if you like sit outside in our backyard,
You're pretty isolated.
it's pretty isolated. You could kind of just have a moment, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
So
quiet.
you're on the midst. You're in the process of looking at schools.
Yeah.
Any part of the country stick out as like, oh, that would be
Okay.
interesting? Because all I know is you've told me I want sunshine.
I do want sunshine. I don't like cold. I don't like
But
cold.
you like skiing.
I love skiing, but I don't like the like feeling of like my toes being frozen after.
True.
That always it hurts. So I think like I'm definitely very interested in like more southern schools. Like I definitely want like a big like football life just cuz my current school is so small cuz I needed like a small school to let me be able to travel and go on like to all these like amazing places and like get all these opportunities. I couldn't have a school that is like you can't miss
That's
more
'cause
than 20 days.
You're out for 2-3 weeks at a time.
Yeah, so I'll leave for like multiple weeks at a time to go to horse shows or like all of this stuff and it's just a lot like the school I'm at is a lot better. Not even like that. It's just like
It's conducive.
it's built for athletes.
Yep.
So it's built like you finish at 12:30 and all of these kids go to the golf course, they go to the lessons, they go do this, they go do that.
Tennis, gymnastics,
Yeah, all of the
horseback.
things.
Yeah.
Every sport like swim, we have like a bunch of teams.
Mhm.
So it's definitely very interesting.
And
I
you're a
think
multi-sport athlete, aren't you? Yeah.
not anymore.
Don't you?
No, not anymore.
No?
No.
Oh, last year she
So
ran cross country.
I
That
did.
was awesome.
Okay, so I'm not a runner. I'm not. Like, I don't have that, like, in me. And I just tried it out because one of my friends joined it and was like, "Are you doing it?" I was like, "Yeah, like, I'll do it. It's fine. Like, it's a team because my sport's so, like, individual, but it's also such a big family." So I did it. It was just horrendous. Like, I cannot run. So I was going at my, like, it's like a 10-minute mile. So it was so slow. And I would run with my friend, and we're like the back of the pack. And it was just
But tell them about the meet.
the
Tell them
meat.
about the meet. So mom and
Oh,
I
okay.
go. We're so excited to watch. The guy, they all line up, and the
Okay.
guy goes,
So the
pow!
first meet I ever did, I thought it was a genius idea to sprint out the gate. Like,
She was whooping their
sprint.
ass
And
for the
I'm like,
first 50 yards.
for the first 50 yards, and then I got into the woods and I started walking.
We're
Me and my
sitting there
friend.
watching. I was like, Mel and I are like, oh my God, she's going to win.
And
we're
then I
like,
get,
she's going to
like,
not win.
and then, like, I think I ended up, like, 30th out of, like, 50. So I was in the middle of the pack, but it was definitely chaotic because also during that race, remember that girl fell down the hill
Yeah.
and they were calling for help, and I started running the other direction to get a coach because
Yeah.
this girl fell and they're like, someone's screaming and she's puking, and it was like so bad. And I like,
She's puking?
she was like puking on the side of the hill.
Oh my God.
It was like disgusting.
It's so ridiculous.
And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, everybody puked at the end of the race. They like use all of their energy, and I cannot.
Oh my
So I'm like sitting there, right? And I'm trying to walk my ass up this hill because there's no way I'm gonna keep running. Because like I know this course, right? So it's a small hill and you go downhill. And I'm like, I'll run the downhills. Like those are easy. So it's just the uphills that give me a little bit, right? So I'm going up this hill and I hear someone screaming, "Hey, she needs help!" And I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" And I'm like trying to ask, and there's a coach like coming from behind and like sitting at the like when you go into the forest, there's like a lot of people to make sure no one's like, like gonna eat it. And I like am running back. I'm like, "Oh my God, someone needs help!" Like she fell on the hill, and everybody's running past me. And I was like, you little bitches! Like this girl just fell, and you're just gonna keep running by her." So I like was screaming for help with this girl. And the coach comes through and she's like, "Oh, you keep going, sweetie. I don't want to ruin your time." And I was like, "All right, not like I sat here for 2 minutes. I'll be on my merry way." I like don't you fret. I was procrastinating that hill as much as you were procrastinating getting to your child. So I go up this hill and I'm like running down and I'm like, did I also tell you? I'm just like, I'm going so slow. Like I each lap that I did, it was 3 laps of this one course. And each lap I did got slower and slower. So I started off like sprinting by them and there's videos. The second one I'm like jogging by them. The third one I'm like barely running. I'm like so exhausted. It was so bad. But we get in the car after that and, like, during this meet, this whole meet was just chaos, like, the kids on my team were, like, puking at the finish line. So me and my friend, like, we were close with this other friend, and at the end of the race, we are gonna splash them with water because it's like, "Yeah, you finished it." It's, like, also their first meet, and we go to do it. We go to splash them with water, and they puke everywhere, and me and my friend are like, "I'm a sympathy barfer, so if someone barfs in front of me, I'm, like, start gagging." So, I'm, like, thought I was gonna, like, actually puke too, and I'm, like, turning away, like, I'm, like, closing my eyes, covering my ears, like, I cannot hear this. And it was just so chaotic, but it was fun, like, it was definitely a fun experience. Would I do it again? No. I did it for the first 2 weeks. No. And I just can't.
No
Because
more,
also, all of
no
my
more cross
friends
country this year.
that were on it were all seniors too, and all of them left, like, graduated the school.
Yeah.
So, like, the people doing it, like, one of them is my friend, and I love her. But
Not as close.
what?
Not as close with this team.
No, okay, I'm not close to this team, I'm very close with this friend, I love her. But I just did it wasn't fun for me anymore, like, all the people that, like, brought the energy and brought the life to it left, and that just wasn't as fun for me to do, and I just, like, wasn't, like, getting the same, like, things that I wanted to get out of it. So
Yeah.
I was like, "It's not worth it if it's not fun." So, yeah. Did I tell you after that race, I was in the car and, like, something was itching my head, and I was like, "Whatever, it's fine." I get home, I shower, and I had my hair braided. I had a ponytail and a braid because, like, on those meets, your hair will get so knotted because you're sweating, you're running through trees, like, you're running into stuff. It's, like, actually insane. And I'm in the shower, and I'm at my home, and a cricket flies out of my hair.
Jesus.
And I screamed so loud, and I jumped out of my shower. I'm sitting there, like, shaking. It's so cold. I'm grabbing, like, tissue paper trying to kill this freaking bug. It was, like, crawling up my wall, and it was just
No.
traumatizing.
Stink
And,
bug?
no, cricket.
Cricket? Oh,
A cricket got into my hair when I was racing because we were going through the fields too.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
they actually had us going through the trenches on those races.
The trenches.
The trenches. So
A big open field of a private school. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent to the trenches. Okay. Oh my
yeah,
God.
so I'm like lugging my ass through this course, and
Mm,
miraculously they decided not to mow the grass
yeah.
in the back.
Saw that.
So I'm
Hip
like,
high.
what?
It was hip high.
Yeah, it was like up to like my hips, and I'm like not very tall, so that was like very hard to run through. And I'm like running through, like they have like this small.
It was a
and
path, Olivia. It
didn't-
wasn't like a roll into the fields of corn.
Okay,
Such an exaggerator, dude.
the path really was not that big though. What path are you talking about?
The one you were running on, dog.
No, there was like 7 different sections of it.
Okay.
So you come through, you go through the baseball field, you keep going again to another field.
Yeah.
So the first field, no one can see you at, right? So me and this other girl, she's like behind me this whole race. And I was like, all right, I'm done. So I started walking as soon as they couldn't see me, right? So I'm like, start waddling my ass through the little fields. And she like comes up right next to me, starts walking. And she's just talking to me. She's like, oh, so what school do you go to?
Well, let's take a stroll in the woods.
Yeah, we like took a stroll and we talked. And she was like really nice too. And I lost her somewhere through the race because like other friend was in front of me, like 20 feet. So I decided, you know what, let me catch up to her. So I run up to her. And we only did like 2 or 3 races together, like me and this friend. And every time we would like pace with each other.
This is your girl Giggles?
No,
Who?
this is
Different person? Okay.
mhm. And she's older, she's cool.
Got it.
But we like were together this whole time, and she was the one that sprinted after me when I was sprinting because I was like, okay, I was so nervous. I was like, let's sprint together. Let's like not sprint together. I was like, okay, just keep up with me. Like we'll be together. Like we won't get lost because we both like have never seen or ran cross country. So I like sprint out the gate. She sprints after me. I'm walking. She's walking, but she ended up in front of me somehow. Like during this race, I think I like walked somewhere when I was like so done, and I like run and catch up with her, and she's walking. She's like, okay, we're gonna run in 3, 2, 1, and we'll start running. And then I was like, okay, and we're walking in 5, 4, and we would like keep like that type of pace, and that's how we actually finished the race. Like was together until we were sprinting at the end, and I decided to sprint past her.
Oh, you got to win. You know?
Yeah, I was like, I can't lose.
Beat somebody.
I was like, exactly, I can't be the last person. But it's very hard to be the last person in a cross country meet. Because there's always 1 or 2 people that walk the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like I do walk, but I'll run like for a good bit about it. A good bit. The Milton one, I ran the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Wait, we gotta cut that Milton part out.
It's okay.
Whatever. But that one race, I ran the whole entire race, and I actually did pretty good. I was like on my deathbed though because it was all hills. And I was like crying, and I was like, I never want to do this again. And yet again, I showed up to a different meet. But it was so bad, and I ran the whole thing because I was just, like, counting my footsteps. It was, like, really weird. I, like, completely zoned out. It was, like, 7 in the morning where they had us, like, lining up on this line. We're doing our little stretches. We're doing, like, all of these things, like, prepping to run, and it's horrible because it's not just one big hill. It's, like, 6 little hills and then this big trail that's like this, and you have to run up it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to run that twice, and then you have to sprint down this like 150 yard, just like football field size, like straight away to the end. So by this time, like I'm out of juice, right? Like I'm like there's nothing left to sprint for. And this girl comes behind me and she's fucking pushed me.
Easy.
She pushed me. Like she tried to elbow me out, and these like kids were like, "Yeah, don't let her beat you on your home turf." And I got so mad. I sprinted past her and like collapsed over the finish line. I was so pissed off because I was like, "You just pushed me." Like, what? And like that's a thing. Like, I did not realize that till that race, those girls will elbow you.
Yeah, they want to win.
I don't understand how they can win. Like that it gobsmacks me because I'm literally sitting there and I'm just there for like, 1 year of varsity cross country because that's a no cut team, you know? Like like I'm not even joking. Anyone on high school is in varsity because they don't have enough kids to do it. So I was like 1 year varsity cross country. And
Nice. Resume builder.
exactly. So it was so chaotic. But I did pass her and I was like, "You suck." And then I lied on the floor for like 10 minutes. The worst was states though.
Yeah, that wasn't so much fun.
It was not fun.
No.
It started on a hill and it ended on a hill. And
All right, enough cross country.
the
talk.
course
It
was just
wasn't
bad.
like that wasn't a highlight.
That was a big part of my life last
It
year.
was fun, but it wasn't like a highlight.
A lot of trauma stories.
So I was asking my friends, is it harder to be a teen today or when we were growing up without social media?
I personally think today.
It's harder, you think?
I think a lot of things are biased. Like a lot of people
Biased?
like
What
not
do you mean?
even biased, but like people post a lot on their Instagram and they post on their TikToks and they post all these things and they like will post about you and like they have these things where it's like you can repost stuff and they'll repost things that and like they like if you look at their account or like you follow like the same video or the same person, it'll show that like they reposted it and it can like 100% be about you and they can like say that
About you? What do you mean?
like it's crazy, but, like, I've seen people do, like, when my friend was breaking up with her boyfriend, he would repost stuff, like, when she's a crazy bitch, and, like, that's why I broke up with her.
Oh, that's dirty.
And it's dirty, and you're still following them, so you can see their reposts.
Yeah, that's not good.
So that's, like, a very influential. Is that how I say it? Influential?
Influential?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not influenza.
I said influential, but I meant chol.
Yeah, did we say that she only goes to school till 12 o'clock?
12:30.
12:30.
Sorry. And, it's just
So
it's a
the
lot.
thing is, like, are you because you're in it?
Yeah.
Do you believe? Like, are you aware of it? Like,
Yeah. No,
okay,
100%. I think if you're not aware, you're just delusional because, like, that's something that, like, everybody, like, a lot of people I know a few people that don't have any social media, but a lot of people with social media are there's 2 different types because you can get on so many different platforms while you're, like, on these things.
mm-hmm.
So, like, TikTok has so many different, like, feeds and, like, you're usually not getting the same videos as, like, the person next to you, right? Because it's based on what you like what you
Mhm.
shop for, like, what your interests
Your
are.
algo's different.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, like
where you shop is different.
what? Did I say that? Did I say that?
Like your likes and difference, and where you shop is different. Jesus.
I didn't think I said
Are you
that.
okay? You okay?
Okay, well, where you shop is different because if you like a certain outfit from somewhere
Yeah,
and not another place, you will like that video and not another.
yeah. We're not
So
down with Shein no more, huh?
no, okay, so my friend yeah, I know someone whose credit card got hacked off of.
Oh, credit
Mhm.
card hacking on
And
Shein.
I was just not allowed to do that anymore. I said,
No
"Oh."
bueno.
Yeah, no, but now they're selling, like, actual, like, brands, like Adidas and stuff on it, which I think is kinda weird. Because like okay, also, people call it Shein. I think it's supposed to be like Shein, like Shein, like the out like she's in,
No,
like Shein.
no.
Yeah, because the clothes are like Shein.
You think so?
I thought about it the other day. I was like, that'd be a
Oh,
really smart
like
market fit.
FedEx.
Wait, what is
Federal Express.
okay.
Oh, did we say that she goes to school until 12?
Okay, you've repeated that like 3 times. It's not funny anymore. Okay. So
So it is harder, but if you're aware, does it make it harder?
I think sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Are you impacted by it? Do you
Not
let
as
yourself
much.
get impacted
I
by
feel
it?
like I used to be a lot more impacted than I am now.
Okay. What was the tipping point? What was the I give no?
When I switched schools,
Okay. How old were you?
I was like 13
Okay.
or 12, 13. Yeah, because I just like all of like these friends like I used to have, like we're together and we're posting and like all this stuff. And you're young, like usually like I didn't start posting till like I was 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
So like a year or two like later. And I was just like,
And
huh,
you now have like 2,464 posts.
no. I only have like 7.
Okay. How many followers?
Um
Does it matter?
it
Is there like a tipping point of like below 200 it's bad or above 100 is good?
I think it depends on who you know.
Okay.
So I honestly like don't care as much. On my personal, I have 622.
Okay.
On my horse account, I'm more active on, and I have
You have 1,300 followers on your horsey account?
yes, I have 1,303 followers.
Is that a big number? That's a big number, isn't it?
I think it's a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number.
But I think it's also been a thing over years. Like I've had it since I first got Instagram when I had my pony,
Yeah.
and I posted
Did you say
about
you
that.
first got into Graham?
And I first got Instagram.
Oh, I thought you said I first got into Graham.
No. That's
Do you do
that's
TikTok?
just not it. What?
What
I
is
do
the
TikTok. Yeah, I think it's fun.
is it like dancey TikToks or like
Have you not seen my TikTok?
I don't want to see your TikTok right now. Oh
Okay,
my
wait.
god. Do I really want to see your TikTok right now?
It's like mostly I have so many accounts. I have like a horse account on my TikTok, my actual account, and then I have my
Are you
spam.
dancing on this stuff? Is
This
that
is my spam.
this is your dancing? Oh my god. Okay, no,
Wait,
no,
watch.
I don't want
Watch.
to hear it. It's the worst. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one's my like
So
spam
that's your
spam.
dancing
That's my
stuff?
secret spam,
So
and like
TikTok
only
is a
my friends
dancing-
follow it.
Like record me dancing and doing that stuff?
Yes, but no, because I have like a stupid account, I have a fun account, and then I have my like normal account.
Okay.
And my horse account, I have 4 accounts, and I'm barely active.
Okay.
But I post like fun events I go to, like Zach Bryan. I posted, or like if I'm feeling
On
really
TikTok,
too.
but not Snap.
No,
What's
that's
Snap for?
um.
Snap's like
Okay, this is like
texting?
sounds kind of bad,
Educate the
but
old man.
it is my like main form of communication.
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying,
giving out numbers is such like hard work.
right?
And I think it's so much easier for like people to also come up to you and be like, "Oh my god, like you're really fun to hang out with. What's your Snap?"
Yeah.
Than being like, "What's your phone number?"
So
like
how
I
do you
want to
give the
text you.
Snap? Is it
Okay.
like at and then you'd spell it out, or
So
do you
I
just
have
give them a QR code?
my username is the same
No?
on all of my accounts.
Okay.
So okay, actually they do have a QR code.
So you could say scan
People
this.
don't use it very much, but they
Right.
have this, and you
Don't
can
do
scan
that.
it.
Yeah, don't show that.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
showing it to you.
okay.
But people can scan it and like tell you like you could like just give them your like QR code.
Mm-hmm.
But most people like so they
So
have
the
this
gram is the
Instagram's more like wholesome.
wholesome
Yeah,
versus what?
100%. I feel like Instagram, like most people's like parents follow them on Instagram,
Okay.
so that's a lot more
That's like their Facebooky?
yes.
Okay.
And then TikTok is more like fun. Like
Okay.
people like it's a brain rot app. Like I can scroll on TikTok for like 3 hours
Right, it is.
and like get into like stuff. They have like so many random things. Like earlier today,
you
it was
don't
like
think they're like Jedi minding tricking you?
okay, yeah. My mom used to tell me that I couldn't have it because the Chinese were gonna take it over.
They own it.
They do.
Yeah, oh boy. Let's say she goes to school till 11:30.
I mean, they were like, "We're gonna ban TikTok," and then like they had like a whole riot, and then
Yeah,
now
that's
it's
the
like
thing.
now it's chill. I think they're keeping it.
Not really. It's a thing.
No one's talking about
Okay,
it.
so
But I hear-
teenagers between what age and what age use Snap as the communication source?
Okay, so that also depends.
Oh.
So I stopped like really people only my age, like
Mhm.
my friends from school, my friends in the bar, and then my brother
Yeah.
and my cousin.
Okay.
And that's kind of like my main people.
Okay.
So that I like only like I
You
think
Snap me.
I stopped. Yeah, but like that's different. So my thing is that
I'm
from
on Snap.
he is on Snap and it's very very bad.
Oh.
I'm kidding. He actually does very good.
I like Snap, and the advice I give my friends who are
Like
my
their kids
age
are
and
also in
they
college.
sent their kids to college this year. They're like, you know what? He never talks to me. He doesn't ever call. I'm like, just get Snapchat. And
Yeah,
they're like, why? Because
it's different.
the way teenagers use Snapchat, it's asynchronous.
What does that mean?
It means that I don't have to be in a conversation with
Yeah,
you.
that's the thing.
It
That's
is-
like the main thing about it. Is that
And then they just send it to you,
yeah,
and you
It makes
feel
you
like you're
happy.
communicating with them
yeah.
and staying in touch, but essentially you're sending a a goofy face. You're like,
Yeah,
and
or
then you
like a
send
fun
snap.
filter or something fun. Yeah.
Oh, I found filters the other day.
Oh,
I
yes,
was
I know.
straight
He
pimp.
was like he
And
found
then
like
I
these
found the
AI
hair
filters.
filter, and I got some more hair. It was awesome.
Yeah, he was definitely going through his like phase.
I was filtering.
It was his like when you first get Snapchat, everyone goes through a phase where like they only really use the filters and like do weird stuff, and then
Like,
it kind of chills out.
Oh,
Not like that.
Shana Tova.
Not like that. But like it's just very
It's
different.
gefilter.
Shush. Okay, so then my thing with Snap is that I like it better. Okay, I'm a big calling person, not as much a texting person.
Yeah, I like being on the phone.
I like being on the phone because I'm like a chatterbox. But
No, we
I
went on 2 hours of you talking.
will you shut your mouth? So the issue
You
is
are
that
made to pod, baby.
I can't text somebody. It's like very uncomfortable for me to do.
Probably because you can't spell so good.
Okay, you know what? I voice type actually. For your information, I voice type.
I know you do.
Yeah,
I know
because
you do.
he'll like be reading my text and it's like
Huh?
he has to text me like
First
question
of all,
marks.
I have to decipher your text because you send me a sentence, but you only use 3 letters. I'm like, what? I don't even understand what that means. And then I have to forward it to my wife.
You forwarded to
Yeah. I'm like, Mel, what do these 3 letters mean? And then she's like, oh, it means this. And I was like, oh, okay. ALR.
All right.
All right. See, I know old school WTF.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I know BS, you know,
No one really uses
FU.
BS or FU. They say
They
like
don't.
they say like hold on, wait. S
Please don't say TD. Please don't say TD.
S T F U.
Shut the front door.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's a big
See,
one.
Now you automatically took us off of the kids' channels.
They weren't supposed to be on here anyway.
All right.
Okay, so
Any questions you have for me? Because we got to wrap this up.
I'm almost done. I was still trying to explain
Still
Snapchat.
chatterboxing? Oh, yeah. That's right. You love
You
Snapchat.
like never finished. Let me finish. Okay, so so Snap is just like easier because you don't have like okay, so you don't have like this need to like start a conversation with people.
Yeah.
So you can just snap them back and forth and like kind of let that be a thing.
It's a streak.
Yes. But me and Taylor just hit like 700 days the other day.
That's kind of ridiculous.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I had one that was 1,000 days before, and
With
my
who?
Ella. Yeah, we'll get that.
Oh, we miss Ella.
We'll beep it. I love her. I talked to her the other day.
She's such a happy little bubble.
Yeah, she is a bubble. She's like my favorite human.
Yeah.
But now she's like doing really good in basketball though, so she's so busy.
She's like a total baller.
Yeah, she's like
Caitlin
definitely.
Clarkage.
Yeah, she's
know?
like mini Caitlin Clark. Like she's gonna go far, man. But
dog.
she's awesome. I love her. But
I remember. I'll tell a quick Ella
I'm
story.
not done with my fucking Snapchat story.
I'll get there in a second. I was sitting in the stands with her dad, and
At a horse show.
Yeah, we're at Tryon, and we're sitting in there, and old Eve.
Is this when she was doing the jumpers?
First time she did jumpers, and she's like going, and like I'm
she's
so proud.
going
I'm like,
so fast.
go faster! And Chris like, shut up, man. She's not your daughter.
But she was like, I was
was
in the ring with her.
fearless.
She is fearless, bro. Like she will get on
Fearless.
any horse and like jump around like whatever height. Like she did not care.
Yeah.
That was like, and she has like this amazing horse, and he's like, she doesn't ride anymore just because basketball. But
Caitlin Clark.
she is Caitlin Clark, yeah. But she was like flying, and you hear my dad going. He was like plucking at her. He was like, go faster. He's like, go.
Her dad was like,
and her dad
"Shut
looks
up, man."
over and was like, he's like videoing, and he's like side eyeing my dad so hard.
I was like, what? I thought we wanted her to go faster.
Yeah, she did win though. She did win
did
that
win.
class. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Straight OG.
It was so
I'm
funny.
like, you're a G.
I love her. But
Snapchat.
oh yeah, Snapchat. It's just easier to communicate with people. Like my brother, like I don't text him very much. We call like once a week, but we snap like daily. What? We like don't call much.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he knows where his brother's buttered because he be calling Mama Bear. Yeah.
Well, he calls me like once a week, and we call for like 30 minutes and just like kind of like talk about our days.
Yeah.
But that's nice. But we'll like snap every day. And the thing is that he'll leave me undelivered sometimes for like almost a day, and I'll snap him and be like, stop snapping me, like stop treating me like one of your hoes. And he's like, I've been busy, bro. I go, not a bit too busy for me. And he'll like actually answer. but it's definitely like special because like it's something that like
What's special? You and him? Or
yes,
snapping?
also Snap.
Yeah,
I just think it's easier to communicate with people, and like
without a doubt.
yeah, because
Because
like
you're not sitting there waiting for them to respond.
yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean? You get back to me when you can.
exactly. And the thing is that like it's not even like you have to put effort in,
Mm-mm.
and you send it to your friends. Like I send the most like horrific snaps to my friends, and like they don't
Yeah.
care. It's kind of like it's funny, and you get to have memories, and like you take pictures, and you get to save them, and they pop up like a year later. Like this is what you've been doing. And it's definitely like an interesting thing that like if you didn't have it, it'd be very weird because so many people do have that app.
Yeah, because your whole generation uses it.
The whole generation. And I had this conversation with my friends the other day. It's like, what age do you stop using Snapchat?
48.
No, because people are still using it. And like, someone I know just got married.
Yeah.
And they use Snapchat at their wedding.
Yeah.
And like she's like getting ready, and they're like snapping it. And I was like,
Think about it. Most
like you're
people
getting
use everything.
like married.
They
like,
don't use
today.
MySpace, but everything else they
What's
still use. Yeah.
MySpace?
MySpace is like old, sketchy,
That's-
scary, early
Was it
internet.
scary?
I don't know. I was never on it.
Were you like young?
I don't know. I was always told that's like the pedo
Really?
social media.
That's like Omegle.
A what?
Omegle.
What's that?
It got shut down.
For what?
It was like a thing where like
See, this is like the terrifying part about this generation of being a parent.
yeah, it was
You
bad.
know,
It got
people
shut
are trying
down.
to play
Okay,
video
so
games. Like, remember when you were playing Blockade, Blocker Stock? What is that called?
Roblox?
Roblox.
Yeah.
I was like, who are you playing with?
I was playing with what's her face?
I thought it was like online versions of like 40-year-old
No, I would
guys named Chuck in
only
Detroit.
like play with my friends. Like play like those types of games with my friends. But like
Okay.
there's other people in the game, but you don't talk to them. Like those people are like whack.
NPC?
Yeah,
Or
they're like
real people?
But
Oh,
like they're
wow,
kind of
that's
creepy.
sketchy.
Yeah, you
Sketchy.
like
So
get in
bad.
fights on those apps, bro. I like got banned twice.
From Roblox?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I got banned.
Hey, why don't you tell them your dragon story?
Oh, so I had a game, and it was what game was it? Dragon City, and I was addicted, and I decided that I wanted all like the cool dragons. So I had my dad's. I was on his iCloud, so I had his card on my account because when you like purchase something online, like now it's like Face ID or like Apple Pay, but it used to just be you could put your iCloud password in and it'd buy it for you. So I would go and I knew the password because he would never change it. And I would go and I would go to
The
like
worst.
the highest amount I could buy.
How'd you get caught? Do you remember?
He got a bank statement.
No.
What was it?
Our friends, their kids were over.
Oh yeah, and I had all my cool dragons.
And they're like, dude, how are your dragons so awesome?
They
And I
were
was
like
like,
so
huh?
cool.
That doesn't sound right. And then, yeah, I found out she spent like $800 on dragon eggs. I was like, come on.
It was so bad.
God bless Apple. I called them. I go, this happened. And they're like, oh, it happens all the time.
They made me delete the app.
Yeah.
I was so sad.
Yeah,
I was
when
like,
they give you your money back, they take the dragon eggs back.
I was so
I was
sad
like,
about it.
oh, they took your dragons.
They took my dragons. It took like 2 months of purchasing all of those eggs to get to that place, bro.
Too much.
It was so bad. And he got so mad at me. He was so mad. He's like, Olivia, did you spend $800 on Dragon City? And I was like, no, that's not real money.
Yep. Fake money.
And he was like,
It wasn't like you were like last year 15. You know
no,
what I
I like
mean?
really did not
You were
know.
like 6 or 7.
I was
you
like,
know?
yeah, I was like 6.
Yeah.
And I was like at school and I would play
I was
my
like
Dragon City
iPad
app.
still in pink foam case style.
Yeah. And like all of my friends were like playing Dragon City. And I was like, I'm going to be the best. So I started like, I was like, oh, I have this many credits on my thing. And they were like, how do you have so many credits? And I would go and I would buy these coins so I can level up and fight my dragons against each other to get better ones. And I got to like what level? I was like on the highest level of this game. And then he took it away from me.
Apple took it away because you stole $800, you jackass.
I didn't steal it if I didn't know.
Borrowed it. You're
I
right.
just carefully used it to get to that level. And then he downloaded the game.
No.
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
did dragons.
You did.
No, I was
You had
into
the
the
game,
little
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans guys.
You did
Yeah.
play that. I would like walk into
Yeah.
your room and he's like on his iPad,
I
like
was in the toilet
Yeah.
playing Clash of Clans.
I
It
didn't want to
was
say,
my secret vice.
bro. I would like,
Till my feet went numb. I was like, what? I've got
Yeah.
Teslas. I've got Pikas.
yeah, no, it was like insane. And he would play Clash of Clans with my brother and my cousin,
Oh my God.
and it was so bad.
Yeah, that's when I got busted for buying a bunch of stuff on Clash of Clans.
How much did you
Because
spend?
Gavin was like, dude, how do you have Pikas?
What's a Pika?
I was like, shh. Like some little fighter warrior guy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is my
it was
excuse
bad.
for doing this, is that we get to sit and shoot the shit and chat. And then
Yeah.
next week, we're going to see if we can get her, Sleepy Bear,
Yeah, my mother
play
is
with us.
sleeping right
Oh, she's
now.
passed out. And then
And
we're
then
going to
Oakley?
add Dylan on the video.
You gonna video? No, do it when we're in ASU.
I can't take all the stuff there. But like,
Yeah,
we
but
can,
you could bring the camera and do a vlog.
no, we can, what do you call it? Invite
FaceTime
him. No, we can
Oh.
invite him and he can pop up on a screen and join us for the conversation.
Oh.
Little family combo.
That'd be weird.
So that's the, secret hiding reason that we're doing this. So
yeah.
we
Plus,
can
it
get
gave me
into
an
a habit.
excuse to look cute.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You look
Yeah.
really good in
Thanks.
dirty socks and
Don't talk about my socks. If they can't see them, don't look. Okay.
all right. That was fun. I love you.
Love you.